of course, agility is important for your Kei car. So we're going to be doing another race, although a little bit of a different one. This is a figure of 8 race. We're doing a 10-lap race. But you're going to be doing a lot of cornering here. You're going to be doing a lot of dodging and weaving in and out of, well, potentially traffic. Lots of dodging and weaving in and out of stuff at the crossover. We're very worried about this thing. Longbow's car is scary here because mine is going to get hurt in a crash with that. And Longbow has already said, and kind of rightfully so, Longbow is not going to stop for anybody at the crossover points. Why would they? They've got the strongest car here. They've got the big advantage. Oh, we maybe gave a little bit of a squeeze on that one. It was 3 wide going through there. I've got to remember to not rev my vehicle so high in this. Can we sneak up the inside of Longbow? I mean, that's what we want to do. Amy is going to duck underneath and is, well, he's not quite going to get past for now. So we're expecting Segoya to be very quick here as well. Gliska's truck is very fast accelerating, but doesn't quite have the handling here. We are going to, oh, I was trying to get across to the inside on Stevie. We just did it a little bit too soon. Rusky's camber is going absolutely mad on that thing. Longbow has still not fallen too far back. The real concern part starts... Oh! Stevie tried to go around the outside of Rusky, and that gave all sorts of problems right there. We have got away. I mean, we were very opportunistic there. Me tangling with Stevie actually kind of maybe put me in a slightly better spot here. Oh, Kevin is starting to get involved at the crossover points now. Will Kevin cause chaos? It's always possible. It's always possible that Kevin will. I think we're going to be ahead of Kevin this time. The pack behind... Oh, no, they're going to go in between us at the moment. Can I duck underneath Gliska here? Oh, I mean, these are very long corners. Really, AutoZam. That's very unfortunate. That was the smallest bit of contact as well. Christ. Yeah, I mean, that was a tiny bit of contact. I don't know. I'm really surprised we did not have... I guess maybe because we're so heavily loaded through these corners now. That might be what caused that. Can we duck up the inside? Rusky's having oversteer-related issues. We will sneak back past again. Damn and blast. An unfortunate one there for me. Segoya leads the way. I mean, the hope is that Gliska gets tangled up somewhere. Is Segoya going to get hit by crossover traffic? I think they've just managed to avoid it. Oh, looks like Speed Beast might have hit something or has blown their engine up somehow. Not quite sure how, but it is certainly possible. Oh, that is unfortunately just going to be the line that I wanted to be on. We'll have to swerve to avoid poor Kevin. Poor Kevin is not doing so well here. Amy with the shortcut across the grass. I don't know what lap number we're on. We've completely lost track of lap numbers. Gliska is about to lose out to the other AutoZam. Oh, Amy is asking for a crash there. We're going to... Oh, there's been more contact. There's been even more contact. Oh, no. Not again in exactly the same corner. God damn it. Oh, exactly the same corner. In a it's got sillier. We've let Amy into second. I don't know what lap number we're on here. Segoya slows down because they're not interested in this battle. I mean, Segoya's won. We are just having the world's dumbest battle over second here, which I don't really want to be a part of. Gliska's going to chuck it up the inside if I'm not careful here. We're trying to go through the middle of this. Oh, it's all fine. We're going to clear Stevie, who may well be slightly broken at this point. We give a bump to a Chizay. We're trying to put a Chizay out wide so we can sneak underneath it. Because I think that might be the final lap of the race. I think that might be the end. It's either that or Segoya is broken down. I'm not completely sure. I'm going to presume that because Segoya stopped, that is the end of the race at this point. Either that or Segoya has got here. No idea how many laps we go. I've completely lost track because I was so busy in our battle for second. And I got loads of understeer through there. We will run across. Is that the finish? That may have been the finish, and we might have won it, despite going out very wide there. Oh, I think Segoya may have got hit. Sequoia wasn't on a lap up on us! Oh, and there goes my front wheel, funnily enough. Oh, it got very silly. It got very, very silly. Through all of that. Thankfully, their constant battling did work out, and while I ran wide in the final corner, Sequoia did. Oh, maybe we did go for an extra lap then on that one. Either way, we did manoeuvres on that final corner. Yeah, we just carried on for a bit of fun. I think so easy to lose track. Hello. Yeah, AutoZam pretty good. Pretty good for this. I don't think we had an answer for Sequoia's truck, but we had a very fun tussle over second place, even if it got we'll say a little bit out of hand. It's fail race on Beam. That kind of happens. So, for our next challenge with these Kei Cars, we are going to be doing a long jump. Starting from this red line, the vehicles are going to accelerate towards the big ramp and fling themselves as far as they can. And we're going to count the bouncing and rolling, mostly because it's funny. Really. The Speed Beast is up first with the world's noisiest Chisei. None of these cars are very fast in a straight line. That's kind of part of the point of them. But it should be interesting to see how the various vehicles will fare. It's a big jump. It's going to be a big face plant into the floor for Speed Beast. It did twist and roll a bit. That is kind of advantageous in some ways for the car. It is still deafeningly loud, but that's sort of, yeah, the benchmark to be trying to beat. Up next, we have got Gliska. Now, this thing is massively quick accelerating. This thing is really, really quick accelerating. It has got one of the... Well, it's not too bad in terms of top speed. The thing is, the trucks, we don't think the aero is going to be very good on them. So once they do get into the air, we don't really know how that's going to affect them. We're not expecting them to necessarily fly amazingly well. Still, the Shima is pretty fast going. It's kind of twisted. It's not going to face plant it. Oh, it might do a little bit. Smacks into the ground. Yeah, not as far as Speed Beasts. I thought it was going to twist slightly differently there, but no, it has kind of come to it. But it's been a pretty heavy impact, as you would expect. That's that's a smashed up little truck. Rusky is up next with the Kei Cars. This thing, I don't really know actually. With this at all, particularly, we know it's not amazing grip in the corners. That does seem to be where it struggled. But here we don't have to really worry about that one. It's got no more power than the rest of them. But it doesn't seem too bad. It's really difficult on the keyboard to try and keep the sort of free camera up with this stuff. But there we go. Rusky is up into the sky. It looks pretty... It's swaying about. It's not... Oh, that's really heavy landing on the rear. But I guess it landed on the frame, and it has come to a standstill. Very, very close, actually, to Speed Beast in all of this. Yeah, that was a big hit on the back. Although, all in all, survivability-wise, is pretty good. Is pretty good for... for the little buggy style thing. We have another very noisy car, another Chisei car. They're so loud. Both of them are so loud. I mean, this is a tiny rotary as opposed to the tiny twin charge thing. Amy is going to launch. I mean, there are differences between these two, and obviously the way the engines are delivering their power, while they have got the same amount of power, there may be differences in weight, there may be differences in like power band and whatnot, but we'd expect them to be relatively similar. This does seem to be shifting fairly well down here. It's off the big jump. It's flying, I mean, it's a bit more stable through the air than we have seen from some of them. It's going to go, oh, almost went straight into Rusky, missed. Oh, and we... Mate. Oh, it's a really sad-looking Kei car. But actually, it's made... It looks like some modern art. We've made a little sculpture out of a poor Chisei. It is pretty... Yeah, pretty wrecked. That is not... God, what is it? That weird artwork car stuff I've seen. It kind of looks a little bit like one of those. I'm not really sure what to expect from Longbow here with the Chrysler Kei car. It is technically speaking the most powerful here, but it's also by far and away the heaviest. So it's probably not going to be great at this. Even if it does eventually get up to a decent amount of speed, I suspect it's going to struggle. who knows? We're up and over. We're off the jump. It doesn't look like it's gone particularly high, and it doesn't look like it's going to go massively far. Nope. That's a crash into the floor. It's throwing a hubcap at Gliska that has come to a rest. It's, yeah, not great. Probably not a massive surprise, that one. Now, the Autozams, these could be good here. Stevie is going to go first with the, with the normal Autozam rather than my Master Speed one. Yeah, these should be quite good here. They've got probably the best of the top speeds, and I would imagine the aero on the vehicle, they'll be the most streamlined shape that we have here, so in theory, they should go through the air quite well. They are heavier than the trucks in this. It is a good flight. It's a good flight for Stevie. They're going to smash the floor. I've grabbed Rusky. That's not, you're not supposed. You've managed to grab Rusky and fling it further than you. I mean, well, that's it's unfortunate for Stevie. Very fortunate for Rusky. Yeah, that was one hell of a launch for. Stevie's a little bit unlucky in that one, but the Autozam, I mean, it did fairly well, though. It's still a decent showing. Now, Kevin, poor Kevin, has fallen off the map in the background. Kevin's not very fast, bless him. He tries, but Kevin is not amazingly quick. So we're going to be Kevin is really quite slow. We're gonna allow Kevin a little bit more of a run up. We'll give Kevin a fighting chance as we head toward. It's not fast, is it? Poor Kevin. As we hit the jump, it's going to soar. I mean, it's glorious. Momentarily, it could be going really. No, it's not going really far, is it? No, it's not gone. It's not gone amazingly well for Kevin, has it? It's pretty smashed up. It might be a slightly bit better condition than Gliska's truck, but yeah. Kevin has had a bad day, and Kevin has not jumped very far either. Now, we are up next. We've seen what the Autozams can do. We should be quite good for this. We should stand a decent chance, hoping we can challenge Amy's Chisei if we can manage to avoid bouncing into the mess of everything. The important thing here, don't miss a shift through here. You want to get the absolute maximum out of the engine because, 1 mile an hour difference is probably going to be quite significant as we get to the ramp. It's 86 miles an hour as we hit the bottom. Not quite sure we got to when we got to the top. It's flying very nicely. It's going to land in about the same gap, and there's no cars in the way. Oh, it's a brilliant bounce. Oh, it's an absolutely perfect bounce for the Autozam. Oh, that is some good distance. That is some good distance for us. We did manage to sort of ping our way forward. That's going to be very difficult to beat. That is going to be very difficult. We've only got Segoya left to go here. I'll take that. As I said, the final one to go. Segoya is deciding to remove all of the... I don't think it's going to make much difference to the truck. This thing mighty fast in the corners. It's been very, very quick around the circuits and whatnot. But... this, again, even if it has got some alright top speed, I suspect it's going to be the aerodynamics of the truck itself that's going to, hold the talent back as we head towards the ramp. Will it be able to challenge the Autozam? Will it be able to challenge for a top 3? I don't know. We are up and into the air. Oh, it's tipped back a little bit. Might not help it. No, it's not going particularly far. It's going to land flat. It's a great bounce. It's actually a really good bounce for Segoya in that one. It does end up in 3rd, yes, just about. Yeah, a fortunate bounce for that one as we go and have a little bit of a look with the camera around here. But, oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, poor Kevin. There is Kevin all the way at the back in this one. Now, there was going to be some bonus points if a vehicle could survive the landing. There were going to be 5 bonus points if a vehicle survives. Rusky's unfortunately game crashed before it could be tested. It was likely that it might have done, however, with errors we can't know. Longbow's vehicle did move. It's astonishingly the Chrysler Kei Car. It can only move in a circle. So I gave it 3 points because it is technically working, but barely. Now, our next test is what we've never actually done on Beam. It's a test I've done a lot on Forza, on either Horizon and Motorsport, 0 to 60 to 0. We must do, well, it's a test of acceleration, agility, and braking performance and all that. You get your vehicle up to 60 miles an hour, you get on the brakes, and hope it gets stopped as quickly as possible. I actually was a little bit late on the brakes on that one. I could have... they're not astonishingly quick. I could have been earlier. Could have been earlier on the brakes for that. There was a little bit of wheel room for the autos out. A little bit better performance, I think, available there. Longbow is to go next with the Chrysler. And it's probably not going to be great here. It's heavy. Power to weight ratio isn't great, and I doubt the brakes are amazing on this. So it gets on the brakes just before it gets to the AutoZam. It skids to a halt, and yeah. That's probably what we expect. I think it could have been worse. I think that one there could have been worse, all things considered. Stevie's AutoZam is the next to go. In theory, should be pretty close to mine, although I know my run wasn't exactly perfect here. Stevie is on the brakes, will get stopped. Yeah, that's probably about right in that. Sort of a car length difference between me and Stevie. Now, this little buggy thing... We don't really know. Its straight line speed doesn't seem to be too bad. So while it does really struggle with grip, again, this test might not be too awful for the little Caterham. Where will it? It gets on the brakes very early. God, those brakes are terrible. It does get stopped. It felt like it got on the brakes very early. It does get stopped. It does beat the AutoZams, which is quite good going. But it looks like the brakes were not great on that. God, the noise. All of the noise, so much noise from Speed Beast with the Chisei. These things haven't been amazing in terms of top speed. I don't know what we'll see from this one. It's not on the brakes yet. That's not great. Oh, there we go. It gets on the brakes. Oh, it's going to lose out to the Chrysler. That surprises me, actually. I didn't think it was necessarily going to challenge the AutoZams, but I didn't think it would go worse than the Chrysler. That is... yeah, that is somewhat surprising. We know this thing is fast. Gliska up next with the We know this thing is mighty quick. Accelerating, all-wheel drive will help it, and very light. What is the braking going to be on there? Bloody hell, it's already on the brake. The brakes aren't great. Doesn't matter. The acceleration and launch and whatnot from that is so powerful. That's actually very impressive. That is very impressive indeed, and I'm going to hazard a guess. Not much is beating it, and Kevin is... Oh, Kevin. This is not your challenge, is it? The K-Truck will set off. I mean, it's going... I don't know when it's going to start braking, but it's going to be a little while. Here we go. We're still going. We're past one group. Oh, we are on the brakes just before we get to the Chrysler. Oh, Kevin. Yeah. You're not astonishingly fast, are you? That's not... It's not amazing. Segoya's truck, we know the talent here has been pretty fast. Although I don't think it's not got the same acceleration. It's about 200 kilos heavier, I think, than Gliska's truck in all of this, and I am surprised. I wasn't expecting to beat Gliska's necessarily. I did think it was going to beat the AutoZams, but nope. That's took a little while to get out. It's very fast in the corners, but yeah, it does not have the straight line speed of some of the other vehicles. Finally, we're back to noisy cars. The Chisei is the rotary Chisei. I'm going to say the more normal one, although neither of them are particularly normal, and neither of them sound particularly normal. Speed Beasts didn't do amazingly well. What is this one going to do? It's on the brakes. So that's a better showing. Better showing for the Chisei there. That will end up in a relatively respectable second place. Shows the differences, actually, between the two very different engined Chiseis as well, and how that is affecting their performance. So here we have a little fight. Like Gliska would take victory with the Shima, and by a fair margin as well. It is actually an impressive margin, so this is a little bit difficult to do in Beam. It's not the easiest. That's the gap. Huge gap. Between that and then the next cluster, it would be the Chisei in second, Amy's one, Rusky was in third with the Caterham, Stevie was fourth ahead of me, the two AutoZams very close together, then it was Segoya with the Talent, all very close cluster there, and we're a little bit further to go to find the Chrysler, surprisingly managing to beat the twin-charged Chisei, and then we go on a little bit of a trek. And I think the gap between Speed Beast and Shadow is probably bigger than the gap between Gliska and Longbow at this point. Maybe not quite, I don't know. But, yeah, poor Kevin. Poor Kevin. Not so good at the whole speed-related stuff. But there we go. Interesting test to do on this game. So, After 5 rounds, here is how the tournament lines up. It's safe to say it's a bit close. 3 vehicles are currently tied for first. Well, I say tied for first. 3 vehicles are on 73 points. Segoya holds the lead, having won 2 different rounds. I am second, having only won 1. I won the long jump, while Amy is third by virtue of having not won a round yet, but scored very, very highly, scored very consistently. So yeah, top 3 all on 73 points. Gliska is fourth with the Shima. It's not too bad at all. Stevie in fifth with the Autozam ahead of the Caterham. Lombo's Chrysler is up in 7th. I mean, it's still fairly close further down. Speed Beast, the Twin Charge, Chisay not doing as well as the Rotary one, is down in 8th, while Kevin, having had a strong start, actually, Kevin was not doing too badly in the first couple of rounds, has struggled a bit. He's not really got the speed for these, I say slightly, not power focused because they're all about the same horsepower. But yeah, when we come to these more speed-orientated challenges, Kevin has fallen away a little bit. But there we go. That is going to be it for the next part of our Kei Car tournament. And there's also going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.